Hello friends, welcome to Nowhere Geomatics GIS Learning channel. So today we are going to see a video regarding introduction to Intergraphs Eridas Imagine software. So just what is this software is made for, what are the details of the software, what are the interfaces of the software. So such small things we are going to learn out of this particular video. So this is the icon of the Eridas Imagine software here, and just click on that. So the software is being opened. The version of the software is 2014, Eridas Imagine 2014. So after opening the software, let us see what are the interfaces that we are getting over that. So very first, so this black color window which we see is known as view. You can see here, or 2D view in Eridas Imagine, and here it is written 1, means you can add multiple views, so that we'll see later. So this is our working window. Whichever data we add, that will be showed or displayed over here. Then this is the content window, means whichever data we add, that those databases will be listed out over here. And this is a retriever or retriever, so that can be on and off over here. Then we can right click in this black window and we get some options. Just first option is open a raster layer, then vector layer, AOI layer, area of interest layer, annotation layer. So these are the options. Then we can also see the options top of the window. First option is open. In open, we can open any database. We can change the extension of the file or file formats from here. Means any data, whether it is raster or vector, we can add here from this particular option. Then this is the option to save our project of whatever we are working with. And this is the undo button. We can undo the task we are doing. So this is the select arrow, simple. So next is zoom in, to zoom a particular portion of the image. Now first let us add a satellite image I'm having with, so you can see the details how we can zoom, zoom out, zoom in, zoom out, like this. So from here I will click open, and I have satellite imagery. So from here, fit to frame means the whole image will be visible. Before that, I'll again do the same task. Just select. Now see, if the file type is something else, those files will not be visible. Since my image, I know that it is in Imagine image format, we have to choose from here Imagine image, so that we can add that file. So then select and click OK. So after OK, our image is added, but we can see only some portion of the image has been zoomed, but we couldn't see the whole image. So to see the image full extent, so we have to click over here, fit to frame, and fit to frame is also available on the right click and here, fit to frame. So image has been added. Now we can use the options. Zoom in. Suppose I want to zoom this lake or dam, whatever it is. You can also zoom in and zoom out with the mouse itself, mouse scroll button. Then with the help of mouse scroll button and dragging it, we can pan the map. Suppose I have zoomed in and I want to see further areas, so I just click my mouse scroll and drag it from whichever direction I want to visualize. If you want to zoom out, you can simply take this tool and zoom out. Suppose by mistake it is zoom out very large direction and you couldn't see the image, just simply click on fit to frame. So our image again will be visible full extent. So you can see image is displayed over here and listed out over here. So next is clear view. So clear means everything in the view will gone and our view will be cleared. So this is 2D view and this is first view. So what I will do, again I will add an image. I will again click on fit to frame. Now suppose I want to add extra views, so here it is the option add views. Just click on that and click on create new 2D view. You can see a new view has been added, so that we can add different data and you can see both of the data at a glance. So here it is different image than this, okay, and both images are visible due to we could take additional 2D views. So I can close from here, so automatically, and here also you can see in contents, here it is 2D view 1 and the layer we have added is this and this is that, this particular image. Then 2D view 2 or second and the image added, the name of it is shown over here. Suppose I close this view, automatically it will gone from content window as well. Again I will click fit frame. Now again, if we want to see the details of the image we have added, we want to visualize the details of satellite data we have added, just go to metadata and click on view or edit image metadata. So metadata means data about data. So satellite data is already data, and regarding that data, that's why it is known as metadata. Sorry. So in metadata, all the information of whatever satellite image we are dealing with, we can visualize. That too, band-wise data we can visualize. So right now we are seeing, we are looking the data of layer 1 or band 1, because this is the multispectral image. Multispectral means color image which have 2 or more than 2 bands. So here you can see there are 4 bands, and this is a LIS-3 satellite image, which is an Indian satellite, Indian remote sensing satellite by ISRO. So you can see the layer wise information or band wise information. So here also you can go through some tabs. So first tab is general. So in general, some general information of the image is given. So first one is the path where our image is there in our desktop computer. So my image is on desktop folder, in that Udemy names folder, Irlas imaging task. So like this is the path of the image. So layer name, the layer name is layer 1, and the file type is imaging which is a raster file format. Then what was the last modified date and time is there. It is shown over here. Now what are the number of layers or bands this image particularly having is 4. Then the file size. Since this is list3 data, it is very compact data. This stores its memory is very low, 8.39 megabyte. So when we deal with the Landsat data, opposite to this, we have huge memory data like 1 GB, 1.5 GB, 2 GB like this of a single path patch of the satellite image. So next information is layer info. Layer info means band info, and that to the pixel values, particularly number of rows and columns is provided over here. Like width is 1151, height means columns, width means rows. So there are 1151 rows and 1151 columns, and its types is continuous. Block width is 512, block height is same, and the data type here, it is very important. Data type is unsigned 16 bits. So this is the radiometric resolution of the image. Then rest of the things we don't need to go into details. And the next is statistics info. This is actually the pixel values of all the pixels available in the image. So within this first band and all the pixels, what is the minimum value of the pixel is 66, maximum is 256, the mean of the values is 77.885, median is 77, mode is 73, and standard deviation 6.6 and 4. So all this is the statistic info of layer 1. If we change, all these values will get changed. Okay, so now it is minimum 45, maximum 256, and rest of the values are also changed. Likewise, we can do it for other bands. So again, I click on layer 1. So next is map info pixel content. Pixel center. This is nothing but the extent of the satellite image that we are dealing with. Its upper left corner, what is the longitude, what is the latitude, like this. Then pixel size. This is also very important. It is also known as spatial resolution of an image. Pixel size. So right now the unit of this spatial resolution is DD, means degree decimal. So we can change from here to meter or feet. So I will click on meters. Since this is a list3 image, it has standard 23.5 meter of spatial resolution, but it goes around that. So x longitude, vertical or height of the pixel of these list3 images 21.95, and y means horizontally it is 24.94 meters wide. So these are nothing but the spatial resolution parameters of the image. And last one is projection info. Projection means coordinate system, we also call it as a coordinate system. So our image has already rectified one, and that's why it has projection WGS, World Geodetic System 84. It is the datum, and the EPSG code is 4326. So all these information is general tab, we can see from here. Now if we change the layer, only statistic info and up to some extent these info may be changed, map info. Rest of the things will remain same. Okay. Then next is projection. The details regarding the projection system assigned to this particular image is being provided here, and you can also visualize that in this bottom bar. Here we can see the latitude and longitude and the projection system. Geographic Latron WGS 1984 is the datum. Next is histogram. This is also an important parameter of the satellite data. So histogram, which is the nothing but the graph of the pixels or pixels against pixel data. So any image has these histograms layer wise. Each layer will have different orientation of the histograms because each band contains different bandwidths or wavelength bands. So that's why its signature or its reflectance will be different. So right now we are dealing with layer 1 or band 1. So the data of this band is only limited from, let's say, minimum is 68. You can see over here 68 something, 67, 68, and maximum is 90, 99, 100. So what histogram actually shows that on x-axis the pixel value is there, like this particular band has the range from 66 to 257. On x-axis pixel value is shown, and on the y-axis how many pixels in that particular pixel value are there in this particular band is shown. Like suppose I put my cursor over here, we can see on x-axis 81.0789 is shown. This is the pixel value, and how many pixel of this particular pixel value is there in this particular band is 80824. 80,824 pixels are there. So this way we can understand the metadata, and that too histogram of the satellite data. Then layer 2 will have some different range like 45 to 57. Same way layer 3 and layer 4. So these are the actually different bandwidths. From here also we can change, and from here also we can change. From here also we can get the histogram, and the last one is the pixel data. So this is actually nothing but the each and every pixel of the image. Suppose I zoom to a corner of the satellite image, what I will see, these are actually the group of pixels, cluster of pixels, and each pixel is having pixel value, and that is being shown over here. So these are the row columns, and these are the rows, and these are the pixel values. Now each value shows some of the features on the Earth's surface itself. Means these values is depicting some of the ground features, like suppose 78, 9, 79, 80, 80. So that may show some of the peculiar features on this Earth surface, like say open spaces or water body. So that way these are value of the pixels can be understood. So now I will close this metadata. So let us again fit to frame. So next is inquire. So inquire cursor, it is also called as inquire cursor, shows the color values of the particular pixel. Like here, this inquire cursor, where it is, so here. So this pixels information is being shown over here. Pixel value is its histogram value and its location. So anywhere you put this particular cursor, you can see the details of that particular pixel, like its pixel value, its location, like this. Next is measure. So measure means we can measure the distance, we can measure the area. So here it is the option polyline and polygon. Mostly these are used because if you want to measure the distance, we use polyline. If you want to measure the area, we can use polygon. So first I will take polyline. I will simply draw so these are the rows. Suppose I want to measure the length of this row from here to here. Just double click. Immediately we'll get the value of the distance of that particular line portion we have drawn. So it is 4915 meters, means around 5 kilometers actually. Now let us draw the area. You can delete from here. Again go to polyline and take polygon. Suppose I want to measure the area, suppose of this forest cover randomly. I will just draw. Now I am drawing it very randomly just to show you how it works. Double click. So after double clicks, the area here is shown in square meter as well. No, sorry, it is the perimeter actually. Means how many length of the lines or polygon is there. We have digitized, and it's the area in hectares. It is 1979.26 hectare area we have dealing in a forest. So such way we can measure length and area. Then copy paste is a very simple one, because we couldn't, we'll skip that. Now next is zoom in, zoom out. We know pan is there, but suppose my mouse is not working properly. So what I will do, okay. So what I will do when my mouse is not working well, because to see the further areas we have to scroll down the mouse scroll. If it is not working, we can use this option pan. So with the help of pan, we simply left click and drag, and we can see the rest of the areas of the satellite image. So this is pan option. So this option we have already seen how to add views. So clear view is the same one that is available over here. Again I will open the same image. So base map, we can, if we have internet connection, we can browse some databases which are available through this software, like Bing Maps we can add. So such options are there. Now let us go through different toolbars. In manage data, there are some options: image catalog, coordinate calculator, import data. Import means, suppose I have a JPG scan JPG image, I want to import it in TIFF format. So from here we can do that with this tool. Then similarly, if we have image in image file, we can export it to JPG and vice versa. Some GeoMedia tools are available. GeoMedia is also a image processing software. Then there is a tool Pixel to ASCII. ASCII means table of the pixels. So reverse tool are available. Pixel to ASCII, ASCII to pixels. Then raster to shapefile, vector to raster. So such options are available in manage data. Next is raster. So main feature of this software is raster. So you can see in raster there are wide range of tools available. So right from corrections in satellite imagery like radiometric resolution, radiometric corrections, LUT stretch, rescale, histogram match, very important tools are available with the help of which we can enhance our satellite data. In spatial enhancement also, it is sample, degrade, convolution, many options are there, texture. In PanSharpen, there is a concept called image fusion. So image fusion means suppose we have high resolution satellite data which is panchromatic in nature, and if we have same areas color or multispectral image with coarse resolution, so we can merge them to get high resolution multispectral image. So that is called image fusion. So this is the PanSharpen. Then in spectral enhancement also there are various tools are available. Mosaic, it is also very widely and very useful tool which allows us to combine multiple images into a single image. Then subset is to cut a portion of an image with the help of some polygons or squares, circles like this. Then geometric correction, it is nothing but the how we can georeference a scan map or a raster image. Then reproject, how we can change the coordinate system of an image. Then check accuracy, how to check the accuracy of the geometric corrections. Next is classification, image classification, it is also known. So there are two methods, unsupervised classification and supervised classification. These are two very important tools. This is also known as land use land cover classification. Next is object orientation. Now advanced techniques came that classified image on the basis of objects available in the satellite image. So that is the tool for that. Next is hyperspectral. So likewise panchromatic and multispectral, there is also a type of image which is known as hyperspectral, which has numerous spectral data available with that. So that is being used widely for various applications in forest and all the other applications. Subpixel, here also some important toolset are available, and rest of the tools like interferometry is also an important tool. Next is vector. So you can see the difference. Raster has numerous tools, but this software doesn't have more tools on vectors. Just few tools are there. Next is terrain. Terrain also can be well mapped with LRAS images. So some important tools are here to analyze terrain data like DM, digital elevation model. Then next is toolbox. Here also one important tool set function image photogrammetry. So nowadays photogrammetry has very wider scope and important application of satellite data. So that is also available with the software. Then rest of the options, Mosaic is also available here. And there is a tool, Model Maker, where we can customize our tools and functions. So such options are available in Toolbox. Help, you can take help, you can go through the tutorials from here, workflows. Then if we add some particular data, these options are get highlighted. If we add data, these options will not be available. Since we have added multispectral data, that's why this option is there. If we add black and white imagery, it will show panchromatic. Then drawing, we can draw the line, polygon, circle, square, line over our satellite image. So such way, and format table, you can see the attributes from here on the image. So such overview of the interface can be seen on LRAS imaging software. One more important thing we are going to discuss in this particular video. This is this multispectral data we have added, but there is a concept called false color composite, or it is also short form is FCC, very well known, false color composite. So means from here multispectral option you can change the band combination, spectral band combination of the satellite image that we are going to deal. So in red, green and blue we can put different bands and we can see the different colors in the view. Like suppose list 3, for list 3 in red we have to put layer 3 or band 3rd, in green we have to put band 2nd, and in blue we have to put band 1st. After this, whatever colors we see in the satellite imagery, those are color combinations referred to as false color composite. The name itself tells that it shows false color. Like very prominent example, the red color and pinkish color of this particular area. So these are nothing but the agricultural fields which are shown in red and pinkish color, as well as some vegetation cover like here or here. These are the vegetation cover. So vegetation and agricultural fields are shown in pink and red color tones or shades. So this combination is only available when you do this particular band combination. So it is different for different satellite data. This is 321 is for list 3 satellite data. If we have Landsat, that too there are some differences like Landsat 4, Landsat 7, Landsat 8. So Landsat 4, there is 4, 3, 2. 4 in red, 3 in green and 2 in blue. And when we deal Landsat 8, there are 5 bands. So first in red we have to put 5th band, then in green we have to put 4th band, and in blue we have to put 3rd band. So 5, 4, 3. So each satellite data having different combination of false color composite. So red color shows agriculture and vegetation cover, and if we zoom to a particular area and we see this stack of color, it is known as cyan color. So this particular color shows the built up areas, means houses, infrastructure, roads, all these are seen in this particular cyan shade of color. So here also, so this may be a city, that's why it is it has the cluster of these particular cyan color shades. Then next, this green color is known to as fallow fields or fallow land. Then if we have any other color like this brownish shades of color, these are the open spaces, open land, or it is also known as barren land. So such way we can interpret or visualize the satellite image. So this is all about false color composition of a satellite image. So I think I have almost done the introductory part of this particular important software, which is very widely used for satellite image processing. So you also see my next videos in which I am going to discuss some of the important tools in this particular software like layer stack, mosaic, subset. So for this you have to subscribe our channel. Please subscribe our channel, and thank you so much. Please like, comment and share and subscribe this